In this week's Parsha, Parshas Vayera, there's the amazing story of post-Akedah, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises again to Abraham that he's going to have children. But this time is different to the first time he promised Abraham. In the first time, Hashem took Abraham outside of his tent and he said, look up to the stars and your children will be like the stars. This time Hashem puts an addition. After the Akedah, Hashem says to Abraham, your children will be like the stars, but now he adds, they'll also be like the sand by the sea. What is this addition? If it's just talking about having many children, surely Abraham already understood from the first blessing that he'll have children like the stars. Why now, specifically after the Akedah, is the blessing of the stars not sufficient? And as well as adding the blessing of the stars, we include also Hashem blesses Abraham with the blessing of the sand. There's something else going on here. There are two messages going concurrently. There are two basic human needs that every person who's sensitive will be aware of. The one is the need to find one's unique purpose in life. What's my mission? What did I come to the world for? How am I special? What am I uniquely contributing? And people invest in order to understand my own character traits, my own skills, and what I'm here in this world for. The Ramchal writes that if a person was given a particular skill set, a particular unique individual mission in this world, and he ignores it and he doesn't fulfill it, it's as if he's morid b'malchus. It's as if he's saying to Hashem, Hashem, I'm not interested in the mission that you uniquely gave me. I want to do something different. So on the one hand, we have a great need to find our unique mission in life. On the other hand, we also have a great need to feel part of the klal, to belong to something greater. It almost seems the opposite. It's a need that we have to be connected to something much broader and greater than just who we are. People will look at their roots and discover where they come from, to feel part of something much broader and greater. They'll connect themselves to movements or ideologies to feel they're part of something much bigger. Because on the one hand, we have a great need to feel unique and individual and independent, but on the other hand, we have a great need to feel part of something much bigger and broader, connected to something higher. Avraham Avinu was more on the first side. Avraham Avinu was alone. He was be'ever nahar, going out and bringing people close to Hashem. He wasn't at that point part of a nation. In fact, he was going against his father, against Nimrod. He was going against all the idol worshippers of his time. But he didn't care. He was a star. He was an individual, independent star. He knew what was right. He knew what his skill sets were. And he went out to spread the name of Hashem as his individual personal mission. Then came the Akedah. And the Satan said to Hashem, it's easy for Abraham to serve Hashem according to his unique way, according to who he uniquely is. But that doesn't prove, Hashem, that throughout history, he's really going to be the forebearer of your unique nation. Because maybe he's only doing what's comfortable and unique to him because he's an ish chesed. But is your nation going to be a nation who's going to declare your name under all circumstances, even if they have to go against what's natural to them? So Hashem tested Abraham in a test which was the exact opposite of his nature. Not a test of kindness, that would be easy for Abraham, but rather a test of gevura, of having to sacrifice his son. That went against who he was. And when he was willing to do that, when he stood at Akedas Yitzchak and he was willing to show that he's serving Hashem, not only because it's according to his unique mission, but because this is part of his mission, even beyond who he uniquely is, Hashem was able to give not only an individual to serve Hashem, but for us as the Jewish people to serve Hashem as a nation. And that's why specifically after Akedas Yitzchak came a new blessing. A blessing that not only are our children like stars, where each one has an individual mission, but also we're like the sand of the sea, where each grain of sand by itself seems not to have value. But when you take all the sand together, they're able to hold back the sea, prevent the waves from overtaking, and stand proudly and declare the name of Hashem. Hashem didn't give the Torah just to Abraham, because then people would claim the Torah is only fitting for an individual, someone on a high level, someone lofty, a rabbi. Hashem gave the Torah to the Jewish nation, once we already like the sand by the sea. All the unique individuals together, when they come together, can form something even higher. the Jewish nation, able to express Hashem in this world. This idea is beautifully expressed at the beginning of Sefer Melachim, when Shlomo HaMelech has built the Beis HaMikdash, and the Torah wants to describe that we've reached the ideal. We've entered the land, each tribe is in their place, and it wants to describe there how we are fulfilling our national mission. The Torah describes the Jewish nation. It does not describe them as the stars of the sea, because now, the stars of the sky, because now we're fulfilling our mission as a nation. Rather, the Pasuk says in Melachim Aleph, Perek Dalet at the beginning, Vayhi HaMelech Shlomo, Melech al Kol Yerushalayim, Yehuda v'Yisrael Rabim Kechol, Asher al Hayam Lerov. Now we fulfilled the second part of the promise that Hashem gave to Abraham. Not only are we stars, we're also like the sand. That is the message that Hashem wished to give to Abraham after the Akedas Yitzchak. You have a dual mission in your life. On the one hand, you have to find what's unique to you, the skill set that Hashem gave you, and fulfill your mission in a unique way. You're a star. Every star stands alone. It's a world in and of its own. Together with that, you'll never feel fulfilled if you just do that. We're also part of a community. We're part of a nation. And our nation's mission is, as a nation together, to declare the name of Hashem in the world. And therefore, one will always feel a need to connect to the nation as a whole, to the community at large, to contribute, to donate, to give to the nation as a whole. And only there will the dual mission of being a star as well as being a grain of sand enable him to fulfill the mission that Hashem has given us from Avraham Avinu all the way through to today. I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.